Hey, good afternoon, folks. Hopefully you can see this page and hear me. All right. I'm using a different streaming service today. I'm using a new streaming service that allows me to share the screen, and I'm streaming to YouTube, X, and TikTok all at the same time. So we'll see how this works out today. All right, I see TJ joined. All right. Yeah, hopefully this will work out okay. Yes, we have the charts back. That's because I'm streaming through, instead of using TikTok Live, I'm using a product called Streamlabs, which lets me stream to TikTok, X, and YouTube all at the same time. So we'll see how this works out. I don't know if TikTok is notifying people or not. There's only, well, we have 15 total viewers. All right, so that's good. No one's posted any questions yet, though. All right, so we'll see what happens here. All right, got a couple of windows open here. Let's see. All right, I have YouTube chat going here. Thoughts on the market overall. Okay. Hey, Mary, how are you? Jeff, you should start a Discord. I keep thinking about it. So here's the deal: the market overall. It's apparent that what do I want to? How do I want to say this? That tech stocks are still in demand because when SPY went up today, all of the tech stocks went up. Basically, that's kind of where I made my money today at this one point in time where tech stocks went up. That was what time was it? I think it was. Oh yeah, it started at about 12:15 and went till about 1:30 in 45 minutes. All the tech stocks went up. So, are you able to post your X holdings chart yesterday to TikTok? Are you able to post your X holdings chart yesterday to TikTok? No, I wasn't able to, right? What do I think of SMH for short and long term? Right, well, let's just pull up the SMH chart, okay? I think short term, I think it's going to be really volatile. All right. I guess you can see my chart here. Let's just go out 20 days here. All right. So SMH was on fire for a number of days, and then what? 1, 2, 3, Friday, yesterday, and today, SMH was down. But if you take a close look at SMH just today, you can see what happened with SMH, right? I noticed this morning after about 10:30 that SMH started to rise. So I bought a bunch of shares and I wrote it up and I actually made some money on SMH today. I actually made, I I made the majority of my money. Where did I make my money today? It was primarily on I don't know. I've got so many charts open. Let's see here. Um, where did I make my money today? I made my money on Micron and ALAB and CW and INTC, AMD, ServiceNow, and some money on Bloom Energy, but not that much, okay? And then in my retirement account where I had all my ETFs, I dumped like 80% of them this morning because they were just not looking good, all right? So I sold them before the bell. So as soon as I could see that they were all down, and they've been down for a couple of days. So I figured I'm just going to sit in cash there, right? The only thing I hung on to really was Chippy and GOOW. So in terms of SMH, if I look at this 10-day chart, it's just going to be, I think it's going to be choppy for the next couple of days, right? I think it's probably going to take until, tomorrow's Wednesday. NVIDIA will either rejuvenate semiconductors or it won't, all right? I don't think there's any in between. So that's why I didn't buy NVIDIA today. I'm just going to wait. It was choppy today. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And I'll buy it, depending on the way the market goes tomorrow. I may buy it 5 minutes before 4 o'clock, right? But I have a feeling that their earnings are just going to be off the charts, which leads me back to SMH, because NVIDIA will dominate, all right? It will set the trend for semiconductor stocks, So if they have incredible earnings, I think you can look for all semiconductors to go up. If they don't, I think semiconductors will continue to get beat up, and I think we'll be in I think we'll still be in a bull market, but it's just going to be weak through the balance of the week. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Okay, all right. So, all right. So I got a couple of questions here. Hinge. Oh, MXL. All right. What do I think about Tesla? Well, did I buy any Tesla today? Let's see. Do I have Tesla right now? Yeah, I've got some shares of Tesla right now. It was all over the place today, so I'm not sure what to make out of Tesla. It's a stock that you don't want to not have. Okay, all right. Let's put it that way. All right. So I've got some tickers here. MXL. Yeah, that had a bizarre day. YOU. Andrew, how are you? How's life in San Francisco? Okay, Hinge, HNGE. All right, NASA. Man, there's some of the people that I'm on the phone with in the morning, man, they just rave about NASA. I don't see it yet. Okay, INTC, Coherent, XE, Redwire, RDW. Okay. Prayed for Andrew Q at Daily Mist. Oh, thank you. All right, my buddy Andrew. Yeah, he's home. He's doing okay. I texted him several times today. Foggy day. Yeah, well, that's the that's the way it is. Man, what is the name of that? There used to be a great coffee shop. It was like it was like down near Fisherman's Wharf, and I would take the cable car to it, and it was great. All right, ALM. All right, SNDW. Sure. All right, let me write that down. ALMU. Yeah, NASA. Yeah, NASA's ETF. Yeah. Okay. All right. So. All right. All right. I got a list here. ONDS. ONDS is just doing what ONDS does. It's kind of like Mustang drivers. Okay. UVIX, ONDS just bounces between 9 and 11. That's all it does. All right. Over and over again. The Buena Vista. Yes. Yes. Is it still open? Yes, the Buena Vista. All right. Yes, I remember. I remember leaving that place one night, and my buddy and I, my sales manager's name was Rob. He and I got in a taxi, and there's like two kinds of taxi drivers. There's like bomber pilots and fighter pilots. All right, the bomber pilots just kind of cruise around, and the fighter pilots, like you have your life in your hands. And this guy was like a fighter pilot that night, getting us back to, I forget which hotel we were staying at, but it was a scary ride at like 2 a.m. in the morning. All right, so MXL. Let's take a look at MXL. All right. MXL was up today, 8%, which is really nice. So this is like a great position, and I bought some shares, so I'm holding it into tomorrow, right? Because it was one of the ones that didn't fade, right? It was down yesterday big time, but man, it bounced back, made it back to where it was yesterday when it opened. So I'm real happy with that, okay? So I would definitely say that this is a good one to carry into tomorrow, okay? All right. And you can see my chart here, all right? All right, YOU, all right? Okay, Clear Secure. Hey, check this out. I never knew about this. Interesting. This looks really good, all right? Let's just take a look at the 1 year chart. Or let's just do 180 days. Man, these guys are on a tear. This is nice. YOU, huh? Man, where'd you learn about it? All right? $60 a share. I'll buy like $500 worth. Is it trading close? Well, it's at 60.14. The ask is 60.49. Okay, that's all right. I'll buy it. All right. All right. So I have a few shares. We'll see how it goes. All right. Okay. Yeah, this looks really good. All right. It's had a nice run. All right. And apparently its earnings are fairly good. You know, got a little bump here. They had earnings, got another bump, and it faded. Earnings, but this time after earnings it moved up, and earnings again it can continue to move up. So this really nice. Let's do a little further investigation on you. Okay, now that I can share my screen, this is great. So what's the story on you? All right. You. Oh, biometric identity. Okay, cool. Nice earnings forecast for 2026 and 2027. Sales up. All right. PE of 39 is pretty high. All right. RS rating of 98. They're just moving into their pivot area. So this stock has a lot of room to run. This looks nice. All right. This looks nice. I will tell myself to try to hold on to it. Okay. All right. So, all right. That looks good. All right. Hinge, HNGE. All right. Another nice one. All right. It's been kind of flat here the past 2 weeks. It looks like. All right. Yeah, it's not going anywhere right now, but then again, it's not losing either. All right, so Hinge looks okay. I mean, it was up just a fraction of a percent today. It may have been up yesterday, but Hinge looks pretty good. What's the story on Hinge? Oh, it's a healthcare. Hinge Healthcare. All right. Yeah. 81. What do its earnings look like? Okay. It's really not showing me anything. For some reason, my laptop is running really slow today. It should have showed the earnings chart, but it's still downloading data. Let's try this again. Where's the weekly? All right. Yeah, it's not updating right. Okay. Earnings. All right. So I don't know what's going on. I won't bother it. All right. Yeah, it doesn't like something, but it's got an RS rating of 81, right? So for me, I would wait for a breakout. You know, clear this previous high of 56, 55. Maybe put an alert here. All right. I'll get a notification if it breaks out. Okay. All right. NASA. Yeah, what's the deal with NASA? I think of SMH, yeah, okay, all right. So NASA. Here's another one, all right? It's just kind of going sideways right now, all right? Down a little bit today, but, you know, in this market, that's not bad, okay? If a stock can go sideways and it reeks of space or something, you know, because I mean, look at UFO today. UFO is a good ETF, and it was down 0.1%. So this is not bad. Okay. Yeah, I would. I'm just going to set an alert on NASA. If we can break out of here, let's see. Where to close at today? So they're asking 35.75. Let's see. Let's just push it up a little bit here. It did bump up, but maybe we'll put I'll put a notification here. I'll get an alert if it gets over 37, all right? Which is fine, all right? Okay. So nothing wrong with NASA. It's just not. It's kind of going sideways right now, right? Right. Intel, INTC. INTC actually had a good day. Okay. It was up 2.5% today, which is impressive based on the fact that most other semiconductors were just getting hammered. All right. So I didn't actually hold any overnight, so maybe I'll buy some before the bell. Maybe I'll buy a few more. Okay. INTC, buy some. All right. Okay. Yeah, I would say nothing wrong. It's trading above all three of its moving averages right now. Okay. So that's good. All right. Coherent. Coherent. I had a weak morning and it came on in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, it was down yesterday and it was down again today. All right. And you can see what it did here. It opened, went up a little bit, and really dipped down to 336, closed here, and it's up a little bit after the bell. So, but if I zoom out on Coherent, right, the concern that I have is this is the concern. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days down in a row. All right. And it's below its 200-day moving average. So I won't touch it. Right. Now, I know it's a strong stock, but it's just getting beat up like semiconductor stocks. So, I mean, there's 30 RSI, there's 70 RSI up here. All right. So, what would I be looking for? I don't need it to go back to 200. I would say, maybe like get up to like, what is it, 353. If it could get up to like 370, somewhere in between, I might be interested in it. So I'll set an alert. All right. XE. Oh yeah, I saw this pop up today. Yes. Um, it had a nice day. It was up 4.5%. All right. And it's had 5 down days. So I'm not sure why it jumped. All right. Let me see what I can find out about it. XE. What's its RS rating? Oh, it's yeah, this does not look good, all right, to be honest. I know it was up today, but man, this stock has been it's been all over the place. Now, this isn't new. It was IPO'd what back in end of April, right? So it was up as high as like 37, and it's been as low as like what 25. Now it's at 26. Here you go. This was its low, all right here. I would need to see it break above the 200-day moving average, which you see right here. So I would say I would need to see it break above like 28, well, $29. Right, that's close enough. Okay, all right, okay, all right. SPY G. Have you looked at? Yes, I have looked into SPY G. It was down yesterday. It was down today. So I did buy a position. I got rid of it first thing. All right. For me, I take my losses fast. Right. I don't wait for them to accumulate. I do like the idea of the concept behind SPY G. It's got the top performers in SPY. All right. But it's just not doing that well. We'll pull the chart up. I'll write it down here. SPY G. All right. Okay. RDW, Redwire. Okay, so Redwire was down a little bit today. This isn't bad. Here's the deal with Redwire. You can see it hit this high of 1649, and it's basically it's been going sideways and down a little bit. All right, not much. All right, but the market's been. This was this was Thursday, so Friday, Monday, and today. The market's just been wonky for everything. So I would say hang in there with it. I wouldn't buy it. All right, I wouldn't buy it until it breaks out. I would say like $15. I'll put an alert here. $15. I like what they do, but I just need to. I need to see it break 15. All right. SNDW, right? Is that what somebody typed in? Or SNDK? It's got to be SNDK. SanDisk. Yeah, SanDisk was actually up a bit today, and I made a little bit of money day trading it. But again, look at it just broke its 200-day moving average here. So I mean, that's good, right? That's real good. Right? Will I buy some? I may. I may go buy a share or two. All right, let me write it down here. SNDK. All right. Who else we have on the list here? ALMU. Yeah, somebody asked about this maybe a week ago. Aluma. Okay. So here's another one that fell like 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. Had a really big drop here. And then that was what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and today. And it started to come back today. So what's the deal with Aluma? ALMU. Let's find out what Market Surge has to say. All right, Market Surge rate is, okay, rates this as an 87, but it's really fickle, okay? All right, I'll just show you, all right? You can see, all right, so It was up, then it was down, then it was down, then it was down, and then it was up today. All right. It's got an RS rating of 87, which is pretty good. Next year, look at, I don't know what's going on this year, but 2026 earnings per share down 1,750%, down 65% next year. All right, this is crazy. All right, but it has an accumulation distribution rating of A, which means funds are buying it. All right, let's see how many funds own it. All right, so not many, but it has been moving up steadily. 50 funds, 94 funds, 94 funds, then 96 funds. No notable, none of the big funds own it, but this would not be one for me. Okay, it's just coming down off this. That's kind of scary. Right? In spite of the fact it's got an RS rating of 87, those earnings per share next year and this year just scare the heck out of me. All right, but hey, nothing's stopping you from buying it. Okay, it's not something that attracts me. All right. Hey, I'll show you what a real growth stock looks like. Here's ONDS. Remember yesterday I said ONDS does what ONDS does, and this is it. This is a perfect example. It goes up to 11, it drops down to 9. All right, and it's gonna repeat this. All right. If I go out, I mean, you can see it here, all the way back to, when did it start this behavior? Back on February 16th. Look at this. All right. It goes up to 11 and it goes down to about 9. It's dipped below 9, a couple of days, but this is it. It bounces off of 9. Maybe it goes a little bit lower, 863 here. But all it does is just go up and down. You can't make any money this way unless you're swing trading it. Unless you're getting in here and like when it goes up to 11, and then you sell when it goes down. And then you buy it again down here and you wait for it to go up to 11 and you dump it, because once it gets to 11, it's going to fall right back down. Okay? That's what it does over and over again. This is a predictable pattern for a swing trader. All right, this would be easy. Do you think Market Surge or the IBD meeting are better investment for men? I would say that. Listen, I've been attending the IBD meeting daily, and you get some interesting tips. But I'm starting to question as to whether I need it or not. I'm paid up, till I think November of this coming year. Market Surge is, without a doubt, Market Surge is a great product, though. I do most of my investigation, and the worst part is that they run the meeting from 9:15 till about 11 a.m. and that's when I'm busy trading in the morning. So I'm listening in one ear, I'm trading through the other. But if you're a relatively new trader, it's great. Okay, if you're an experienced trader with a lot of years of experience, it's good. But I gotta go back and double check, see what I paid. I may cancel my subscription. I may not. It just depends. All right. So, but it's good information, and they're great people that are on there. They give a lot of great insight, and I do get tips from them. All right. I do get tips. All right. UVIX. Oh my goodness, no. Okay. 2x long VIX, all right? So this is trading the VIX, and the VIX has just been going down. So I wouldn't touch this, all right? I wouldn't touch it. SPY-G, yeah, I had looked into SPY-G, and it has selected holdings from SPY, all right? But here's the deal. I got in it. I got in it the other day, and what's it done? I think I bought it like on. I think I bought it Thursday. What did it do? Friday, right? I bought it Thursday, all right, and then I lost money. I think I bought like first thing when it opened up, and then it closed lower, and then it opened up maybe a little higher and closed lower, and I just thought, I'm out today. I'm out. All right. I didn't buy. I bought like a starter position. You know, it was like 10 shares. Most of my starter positions are like $1,000. Then I ramp up from there. Right. So, yes, yeah. Mark Minervini is he's good. You know, I haven't attended his class. What is it? I think you get a discount. What's it like? Down to like 3,500 or $4,000 now. You know, to attend his 3-day weekend class. Right. So, what do you think would be a good entry for Warby for a swing? WRBY. We'll take a look at it next. Okay. WRBY. Yes. Yeah, Mark's a great guy. He comes on. He's like a guest on the IDV Live about every third week. All right. Sienna. Yeah, Sienna had a good day. All right. All right. Take two. Let me write that down. Take two. TTWO. NXXT. NXXT had a huge day today. I guess that's probably why you're asking, right? HAWK. NXXT was up 100% today. I wasn't in it, but I became aware of it and I bought some. Hawk, PDD. All right. Yeah, this doesn't show me. I don't even know how many people are on here today. All right. Don't know. Oh, here we go. Well, it says total viewers 211, but we don't have total 211 and one new follower so far. So I'm not sure if TikTok is limiting my. How's the new streaming software? It's nice. My computer's been slow, but I don't think that's the reason. I think I got some other stuff going on. Yeah, I do. I have one of my Python programs running in the background that's compiling data from a couple hundred stocks. All right. WRBY. Is that Warby Parker? The people that make glasses? Yeah, Warby Parker. Yeah. So let's take a look at Warby Parker. Well, today would make a good entry. Okay, especially since it opened at 28 and now it's at 25. Right, but I don't know if it's worthwhile. Let's zoom out. So why did it drop so hard today? All right. I mean, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good entry. All right. What does Market Surge say about Warby Parker? WRBY here. I mean, is it a decent stock, first of all? Well, it's got an RS rating of 80, all right? But here's the issue I have with it. I mean, look at it. This stock doesn't go above $30 a share. It got 31 and bounced, 30 and bounced. What happened here? Got up to 30 and bounced, all right? 28.68, bounced. This is not a growth stock, all right? It's in a long-term consolidation. You can see it here. It goes down to 21 and it goes up to 30. And that's all it does. Seriously, you could probably go back even further. I mean, look at it here. Right? Red, white, and blue. These red, green, and blue. Red is my 21-day moving average. All right, green is 50 and blue is 200. Okay, so it's trading above all of its moving averages, but this is crazy, right? Now this dotted red line that you see here, that's the 10-day moving average. All right, so and I've been using that more and more lately with these stocks as they've been volatile. So I wouldn't buy this stock simply because it's not going anywhere. Okay. Um, Take a look at Carpenter Technology for a different view. Okay. Here's a stock that's going someplace. Look at this. All right. It just goes up and up and up. Now, it has fallen lately, and I've been out of it, but it did have an up day today. So I'm considering getting back into it. It's got an RS rating of 82. All right. Um, they have nice earnings. Look at up 41%, up 19% next year. Sales up 9%, up 10%. PE of 42. I don't. They have an accumulation rate distribution rating of E, and that's probably just because the stock has fallen over the past 2 weeks, right? But I think it's poised for a nice comeback. They did have decent earnings, right? So I've got my eye on it. This is a good one for long term, right? It's kind of like a GLW, right? Corning. Take a look at Corning's chart, right? Okay, this is another good riser, and it's behaving the same way that CRS Carpenter Research has. It's dropped down, right? It was up here at over like 220 a share, and now it's down to 150. I'm looking at these. I've got a couple. I've got a short list of stocks like this. Corning is one. Eaton, ETN is another, right? ETN's been doing great, but it's fallen lately, right? You can see, right? Had big cup, and then it's fallen way down, right? So I've got a list of these that I'm taking a close look at, all right. Yeah, eBay, we'll do that, okay? Based on the views, I think TikTok is restriction, usually at 100. Right now it's hovering around 37. Well, we'll see what happens. I've gotten, let's see. If I go on TikTok, I may get a warning. Who knows, all right? So, all right. I'm not going to worry about it right now, all right? All right, Sienna. All right, let's do Sienna. All right. That's right. We're going to leave that here. Let's see here. Hang on. Give me a minute here. Let me get some charts back up here. I minimized the wrong one. There we go. All right. Okay. CIEN. All right. Well, the interesting part, yeah, the one new person maybe got notified before I got warned. Okay, so here's the deal with Sienna. All right, it was up 3% today, right? But the problem was it's fallen like an X number of days in a row, all right? And these little yellow dots, that's like power surge, all right? It's like the that's the, this is typically when I like to buy. When I see these yellow dots, that means the stock is really strong. All right, it's got good volume and it's going up, and that has turned off. Now let's just take a look at the 2-day. All right, it did have you can see it got hot here today. All right, so the deal is it's above its 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. It's probably not a bad idea to buy some, right? Because it did recover nicely. And when SPY faded all afternoon, which it did, this stayed strong the entire afternoon. So it bucked the trend, right? Right. When SPY was dropping, this was staying strong the entire afternoon. So that's nice, right? I wrote it down. I'm going to buy some INTC, some SNDK, and CIEN after we get done here. All right. All right. Yeah, we'll do eBay, right? Take-Two Interactive. All right, let me write that down. eBay, NVIDIA thoughts. Yeah, I'll talk about that. JMIA. Man, I haven't heard anybody of that talk about that in a while. Meta. We'll talk about it. Meta's broken. All right. Avgo. Avgo is all right. Take-Two. Then we'll do NXXT and then Hawk, PDD, eBay, JMIA, Meta, and Avgo. All right. All right. Take-Two. All right. So this is not looking great. It was down today. And let's just zoom out here. What's it look like the past 20 days? All right. So it was up. Kind of worked its way up. Had this nice jump up on the 14th, the 15th. All right. Then it faded. It looks like it was down a little bit on Friday. Right? Definitely down yesterday. And definitely down today. It was down 1.6%. This is not bad, all right? But the only issue I have is that it hit this high, then it's just given it up, right? It hasn't been able to hold it. But then again, the market's been screwy the past couple of days, right? We're in a pullback, all right? So lots of stocks are getting affected. You know, I don't even know how many. How many were down today versus how many were up? Let's find out real fast, okay? We can do this, all right? So, let's get rid of that and let's do a screen. A new screen. It's going to be a stock screen. It's going to be up today, all right? So we'll make this real simple. Okay. First of all, general stock criteria. Right, just stocks, no ETFs. All right. And then in terms of price, current day, it has to be at least 0.1. So there are 11,400, there were 5,000, 5,987 stocks, and out of them only 1,130 were actually up today, okay? So that means like less than 1/5 of stocks were actually up today, all right? Now typically, I limit my universe pretty big, all right? So first of all, I only like stocks that have an RS rating of 85 or better, okay? And I like stocks that are $15 or higher, right? So $15 or higher. So what would be my universe today of stocks, right? Only 104 stocks would have met my criteria today, right? And give me a second, I'm going to change the format. And give me a second, I'm going to click this button and then click this button and we can go back to our list. And Alcoa was up today. Let's see, who was up really nicely? Percentage change. All right, this is a construction company. A-Labs, yes, I traded A-Labs today. That was up 13%. MXL, Max Linear, Credo was up. ATEX, I did trade that today. Century Aluminum, forgot all about that. ALMU, somebody asked about that. SIMO was up. Liquidia, yeah, I traded that today. Um, Black Sky, I got in on Black Sky late. Par Pacific's Holdings, that's an energy company. Ring was up. Marvel was up. Who else? Big names. Frog. I keep talking about Frog. Frog was up today. That's nice. All right. SanDisk was up. Synaptics was up. Jazz Pharmaceuticals, Sienna. Some of the big names here. Right. Precision Drilling. Datadog was up. All right. EQNR, I got in that late today. Micron was up. Oil was up. Somebody posted this. Dr. Stocks posted DNTH. Right. Alcoa was up. Maplite, MPLT. Sinclair was up. What else here? RVMD, Revolution. Yeah, that's hot. All right. Oxygen, AXGN, DOCN was up in the morning. Then it faded really hard in the afternoon. I had bought it last night. Okay. All right. That was up. Humana was up today. I noticed that. ASTS was up. I did trade that for a little bit. All right. MPC, Marathon Petroleum was up. All right. So, interesting list. Okay. Bloom Energy, yeah, but it was up a little bit, but man, it was all over the place today. So, you can see, all right. And one of the things that Market Surge does for you in the reports, they give you a list, all right, of they give you a list each day that you can go look at. It's called the Ready List, all right. How many were on the Ready List today? 44 items were on their Ready List. They put this list out at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So let's just take a look, all right. How many were actually of their 44 items? How many were actually up today? Let's take a look here. So this is the list. It was a rough day. So I would say probably, I'm just looking here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 44. So what was that? Maybe 70%, 30% were up and 40, yeah, 30% were up, maybe 70% were down, all right? You can't be right all the time, all right? So, all right, let's go back to your list. Just thought I'd give you a quick demo of it. I love it, all right? I maintain a list of all my stocks in there, all right? So we were going to do NXXT. NXXT had a huge day. So it was up bigly, all right? Yeah, so it had earnings the other day, and then it was up, and then it went down, and then man, did it come back today? All right, closed yesterday at 41 cents, and it was up to $1.06. All right, and if we zoom in, yeah, it was up to $1.06. Then after hours, it went all the way down to what, 67 cents. Now it's up to like 79 cents. So, hey. But listen, 1 or 2 days does not make a trend. I mean, this could be right back at these kind of stocks that are like penny stocks. This could be back at 38 cents tomorrow. You just don't know, right? I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Okay, all right. It's just not my style of trading. HAWK, Hawk. Corporation. I got a feeling. All right, well, here we go. We got to zoom out. It's not even showing me what the percentages are. Oh, it's a penny stock. All right. What's this thing look like over the year? I'm surprised it even came up. A lot of times it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not going to get, it needs to download a lot of data for me, all right? So all I know is that Hawk was up today, all right? Yeah, Thinkorswim really doesn't like penny stocks. Right? PDD. Okay, PDD Holdings, really nice day, up 2.5%. So, what's it look like long term? Not good. Okay, this is not good. All right, this was $135 share, now it's 95. Let's just do 1 year. What's it look like over 1 year? It started the year at 114, and now it's down to 95. This is not a stock I would be interested in. Okay, right? As opposed to a company like Carpenter Research, CRS. Okay. Yep, that's the one I pointed out, and it's down. It's down to 406. It was at 475. I'm just timing my entry. I'm going to get back in this. It's going to go in my longs, right? So, all right, that and ETN and probably not CMS. Was it Cummins? Cummins. What is Cummins Diesel? Yeah. I forget what it is. All right. But Cummins is on my list too. All right. So that was Sienna. Oh, we did Hawk. Did we do PDD? Did I not cross it out? What's PDD? Oh, that's PDD Holdings. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. All right, we just did that. eBay. eBay's had some good days lately. What did it do today? Because I actually traded it the other day. Right? Yeah, I'm looking at the chat window here. We'll do late. All right. Okay. eBay. Down just a little bit today, but it's kind of topped out here. Right? Here's the 5-day chart. It hit this high of 116, then it's faded the past 2 days. I mean, it's just a hair below its moving averages here. I like it. All right. I would trade it again, but I would need to see it move back up. It doesn't have to break 116. I would be happy if it got to like, well, that's 116.80. I'd be happy if it got up here. All right. It could in one day if it moved the right direction. Right. I would say just 116. That would be good enough. Right. Okay. JMIA. What the heck is JMIA? I've heard of it. Jumia Technologies, $6.89. It doesn't look good here, okay? It's been falling, so let's just zoom out. No, definitely not. I wouldn't go near this stock, all right? It's not doing anything, you know? It's just kind of bouncing around 6 to like $7, $7.50. Now it's back down to 6. Maybe it'll go back up to 8. You know, you could swing trade it if this is the behavior, up and then down, and then up and then down. You know, it's kind of like SPY this afternoon. SPY was like perfectly predictable this morning, and I'll show you. Right. It showed me how I wanted to trade today. Right. This, I was watching this area right here. Right. Here's what I saw. Here's a low, there's a low, there's a low. What do I see? Higher lows, right? I see a high, another high. This one kind of missed the mark, but then I was sitting here. I had bought I had bought a bunch of semiconductor stocks right around here. It was coming up, it was moving up, and I noticed this bar was above the 10-day moving average. It had cleared the 10-day moving average. So I bought here, right? Then I watched it. It went up and started fading. Then it went up and then it went back down, and I thought, all right, I'm just going to hold. I had a bunch of shares, and then I saw it went up again. All right, cool. Then it went up and it came down, and this low was higher than this low, and this low was higher than this low. So then I just hung on to it, all right? And then I was rewarded, all right? You can see this just stayed really nice, all right? It would come down, hit the 10-day line. It would go through a little bit of it, but then it would recover immediately. Now, these are 1-minute intervals right here, all right? It would hit the 10-minute line and bounce off it and go up. Hit 10-minute, go through it a little bit and bounce up. Come through it, go up again. And it was just skirting with the 10-day, all right? And then it started to fade here. And when this red line went through the 10-day, boom, I cashed out, okay? So that was at about 1:30, right? So I made the bulk of my money in here, right? I was just watching it bounce off the 10-day line, right? So it was interesting, right? So the charts will tell you a lot if you have the patience to watch them. And of course, if you have the time. And then the whole afternoon, all it did was fade, and I was out at that point. I made my money between, basically, I think here. This one scared me a little bit because I thought, all right, how low is it going to go? But then I watched it go up, and then this one was higher. So, and then this one was higher also, and then it took off. Right? I could see the momentum building. Right? I could see the volume pick up like right in here. Right? And then I got my indicators here, these yellow dots, right? Which is it's called the Webby RSI. Right? Okay, back to your list. So the JMIA, the answer is, I forget. What's the answer here for JMIA? Back out here. The answer is no. I don't like it, right? It would need to get above like 750 for me. Right? All right, Meta. I believe my response was Meta is broken. Okay. And yeah, look at it. All right. I mean, it's all the way down to 602, and it faded today. It was down, what, 1.4%, right, from where it closed yesterday. Now, I'm not going to touch Meta, all right? Just not. I have alerts set, you can see, and they're way above this, all right? I need to see Meta. Let's just zoom out here. All right, my alerts are up at about 700. I'll probably jump in before that, but if Meta showed me some nice strong days, 3 or 4 days, and got up to like 640, 650, you know, I'd probably get back in, right? That would put it above its 200-day moving average, which is 632. So let's just set an alert here, right? 644, right? Let's see what it does. Right. Okay. Yeah, Meta's broken. Nobody's interested in Meta. And on top of that, I couldn't believe Google today. Google had their big conference today. They made all kinds of announcements, and the freaking stock was down. And unfortunately, it dragged down my gal, but that's okay. I'm still way ahead, right? So Avgo, you can see Avgo is kind of broken too. Look at it, right? It's been down a couple of days. It is above it's below its 21-day. And it's below its 50-day moving average. It's above its 200-day. So for me, Avgo really needs to get up here. I'll say 425. I'll set an alert. All right. I'll get an alert if it gets above 425. All right. Then I'd be interested in getting back in. All right. SMDK, Leah, that's what you want, right? SMDK. Hive. Yeah, we'll do Hive. We did Meta. ASAN, sure. Light. Man, I missed Light this morning. It had a nice run up. Oscar Health, OSCR. What are those two lines at the bottom of your chart? Oh, these are stochastics. Are you familiar with stochastics? All right. Stochastics tell you, here you go. Stochastics make trading real simple. When do you buy? Well, when the blue line crosses the orange line. When do you sell? When the blue line goes down below the orange line, all right? Read up on it. You can go to like ChatGPT, read up on stochastics, all right? It's very handy. It's handy in swing trading. It's very handy. It can be handy in day trading also. So if we take a look at Avgo today, we'll just zoom in. Now Avgo was just all over the place, all right? So, all right, this would have had you buying and selling over and over again. But for me, I'll take a look at the stochastics on a large chart. It really means very little on a daily basis because some stocks are all over the place. So if I were to trade Avgo today, which I didn't, all right, I would have been watching the 10-day moving average, all right. So you can say the 10-day moving average. This would have been a great time to buy, like right here, right? Because the green line, the green bar, is above the 10-day moving average, right? And that would have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 minutes, all right? So what could I have made in like 6 minutes? If I had bought in here at 4:08:13, and then I would have sold here at 4:09, all right? But this one was like all over the place. This was crazy, all right? When I see something like this kind of volatility on a daily basis, I just say, no, I'm not going to try to day trade this because it would drive you nuts. You'd be in and out, over and over again, all right? I mean, the longest period of time that it had a decent swing was, what, 12.13 to 12.32. And what was that swing? $4.10 up to $4.13. That's a lot of work for a measly $3 a share, especially on a stock that costs $400. You know, there are much better ways to trade. All right. So, but today was a choppy day. All right. This was not a typical day. You know, SPY was all over the place. I mean, just look at SPY today. All right. SPY was choppy. All right. But then look, it did hit this nice. It hit this nice area right here. All right. So. All right. Okay. What did I say I was going to do here? Oh, ASAN. I wrote that down. Yeah. SNDK, Hive, ASAN, Light. What else we got here? Oscar Health. Are you holding NVIDIA through the earnings? Hey Pete, yeah, actually I am. I'm gonna go for it, you know? The 3 R's. You familiar with the 3 R's? RRR, okay? Risk, reward, and return. They go hand in hand, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go for it. Last time I went for it was like on Bloom Energy. It paid off really well. I held on Google, and Google paid off royally. You know, Google was 275, and now it's close to 400. You know, and it wasn't that long ago. Look at this. All right, let's take a look at Google. What's this? April 30th. Google was $271 a share. Now it's 404, all right? April and May, all right? Literally a month and what? A month and a half. It's gone from 275 up, all right? That's when I bought my GOOW also. So I'm way ahead on GOOW. Okay, all right. So SNDK. I think we already did it for somebody else, but I'll pop it up again here. All right. SanDisk. SanDisk had an up day. Let's just zoom in, do the 10-day chart. Okay. But it has been fading, all right? Now, I do have it written down. I am going to take a position, right? Because I think there's renewed strength in the in tech stocks, so I think it will benefit. You know, I'm not going to buy that many shares, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Right? I did buy some shares, of different stocks last night after hours, and they were down. I had to dump them all, but fortunately, I made out okay today because I was able to get into that big run up, and I bought a bunch of positions. Right, so SNDK. All right, Hive. Let's take a look at Hive. $3.35. Okay, so it must have had news or earnings here on yesterday, but as you can see, it gave a lot of it back today. Right? Where was it trading? 274. Okay, it jumped all the way up to what? $3.90. Let's zoom in. It gave it all back, pretty much all of it. Right? So here's where it closed. All right. They must have had some news that drove it up. What was the news? I don't see earnings here. Cantor Fitzgerald maintains overweight on Hive, raises the price target. That was 9 o'clock this morning. I laugh. Every time somebody raises the price target, a stock goes down. Okay, it always seems to work in reverse, right? Now the 18th here, Hive, ServiceNow, blah blah blah, crude oil. I don't know. Hive rallies on plans for large-scale AI compute facility in Canada. Okay, so they had news, and that helped it. Okay. Right, and they were trading at $2.73. Today they got an earnings boost, but it dipped, then it came back. This is okay. I mean, it held on this afternoon as SPY was dropping. This was hanging on. So, if I bought stocks this cheap, I might hold it. I might go out and buy some shares, see what it does tomorrow, right? You don't know, right? It's kind of a roll of the dice, right? ASAN, man, I don't know what ASAN is. I've never heard of it. Asana Incorporated, Class A. Well, it had an up day. Let's zoom out to see what we're working with here. No, no, that's 180 days. What's the 1 year look like? Oh, no way. This stock started the year at $17 a share. Now it's $6. I would not touch this stock. No way. No. Look at, here's your 200-day moving average, 1105, and we're already down at 6. No, I wouldn't touch this stock. It's weak. All right. Light, Lumentum. I have a love-hate relationship with Lumentum. The days that I buy it, it goes down, and the days that I don't own it, it goes up. So today it was up a hair. But it's crazy, all right? This stock, look at, in a matter of an hour the other day. It went from 954 down to 858 dollars a share. Okay, literally $96. It went down in a matter of an hour and a half. Okay, so, and then look at this morning before the bell, it was 8:49. Then it was up to 9:02, up what, $53 a share, and then it was back down to 8:48. Then it was up to 9:08. Then it was back down to 884, all right, so $20, and then it looks like it's been flat after hours. So, but you're asking, but the question you're really asking is, should you invest in it, all right? So let's just take a look at the 20-day chart. Look at this. No. The answer is no, okay? All it's done is go down since it hit this high of 1085, you know? And, and it left mayhem in its wake, right? There's a lot of broken bones and dead bodies, in this, 1,085 down to 877, that's 977, 1077, like a couple $100, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't touch Lumentum right now, not until tech stocks stabilize and start to move back up, which could take another week, another 2 weeks. I don't know. Okay. Right. We just don't know. Right. Oscar Health. I didn't even look at Oscar today. What did Oscar do? Oscar has been pretty nice the past couple of days. It did have a dip, Friday. Thursday and Friday went down. Then it gapped up before the bell. It had a nice gap up yesterday and then faded today. So it was down 3% today. The bottom line, though, is if you zoom out on this, Oscar is definitely moving in the right direction. There's nothing wrong with this. This might be a good time to get into. I'm going to put it on my list here, OSCR. I ran across another stock that I thought was interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Hey, for those of you who are following it, KMI, Kinder Morgan is back on a tear. All right, KMI. I traded this a while back, and then it dropped, and I became aware that it's back. Moving again. So I bought in. I bought into this this afternoon also, OMER, because it had an up day. I'm not sure about it. This one looked interesting too. PSX, right? Phillips 66. I'm just going to buy it. I bought it and see what happens. All right. Verizon, everybody knows Verizon, right? It's kind of been moving in the right direction. It dropped down. And Zscaler. Zscaler was up just a little bit today, but I like the way it's been moving lately. It's been on a constant slide, but I think it's coming back. So I got back into Zscaler also. Right? And of course, ASTS was just like tearing it up today. It was a nice day. Oh, and A-Lab also. A-Lab had a good day today. Right. It was up 13%. Right. And it doesn't show any signs of weakening. Right. So ALAB is a stock you should probably pay some attention to. All right, I'll do a few more here. Poet, man, Poet got hammered today, didn't it? Okay, I bought some yesterday after the bell, and I had to dump it right off the bat. Okay, hey Frankie. All right, Walmart, WMT. I got Poet, Walmart, WMT, MRAM. Hey, if we're gonna do Walmart, we should do TGT too. Target. I heard Target. People were talking about Target. All right. All right. So let's take a look at Poet. Poet is probably really ugly today, and I don't think it even. And it faded. It didn't even come back in the afternoon. So. Yeah, look at it, man. It dropped. I bought it here, and then this morning I saw it had gone down. I sold it. I couldn't sell it. I couldn't wait. I couldn't sell it until 7 o'clock. It's not 24-hour trading. So I sold right around here at a small loss, right? But then it went up, it went down, it went up, and then it just faded the whole afternoon. So the deal is it's at right at its 2050, 2150, and 200-day moving averages. So, you could get back in, but the only downside here is, I mean, look, it's faded really hard from this 25.17 all the way down here. I would feel much more comfortable if it got up to like $14 share before I got back in. All right. As a matter of fact, I'll set an alert. All right. All right. All right, Walmart. I try buying Walmart from time to time, and every time I do, it just seems I get shaken out. So Walmart had a good day today. It was up a little bit. Let's just take a look at the big picture. All right, this is the kind of stock I just need to buy and put in my retirement account. Yeah, look at this. All right, of course it was here. It was already at 134, back on February 16th, and then it fell, and it's only made it back to where it was, maybe a little bit higher. So this is not inspiring to me. But then again, I mean, if I look at it over an entire year, it's had a good year, right? Started the year at 97, and now it's at 135, right? That is a 29% increase over the year. This has been nice, all right? I like this action here. Ever since the middle of March, look at higher highs and higher lows. Right? It's a nice trend. Right? Okay. WMT. Right. Okay. And what else we have on the list here? MRAM. Oh, while we're doing that, before I get to MRAM, Target. I've been hearing good things about Target. Yeah, look at Target. This is over the year. It's coming out of a really nice dip too, 127. This looks actionable. This definitely looks actionable. TGT. I'm gonna put this in my retirement account. All right. TGT. Apparently, they just keep doing things right. Right? People really like Target. Right? Yeah, this coming out of a nice dip. Right? And this is what I would call a dip. When it goes down and starts to move back up. Let's see what Market Surge has to say about Target. Okay. Let's go back to my list here. Okay, come on. RS rating of 79, not bad, all right? This is, see this area right here? This is pivot area, all right? This is where stocks will, they get in here, they make a breakout. So it was down, it's working its way back up into pivot area. This is profit area. So you can see the profit area is up around 150, and that's at 126 now, right? So now let's see if we can, yeah, why aren't, I'm not seeing my earnings line. Did I turn that off? It should be on here somewhere. All right, I gotta reset this. All right, I'm not seeing my earnings line. All right. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I may take a position in it. We'll see. All right, let's move it back out. All right. MRAM. I didn't even look at MRAM today. And it was down 5% today. So it got hammered yesterday, fell even further today, just like other semiconductor stocks. All right. It's right around its 3 moving averages. So what would I say if somebody, if when a stock falls like 5 days in a row, I'm not really anxious to get back in unless it moves back up. So I'm just going to set an alert here of like right around here. This was yesterday's high, right? $38.78, right? It'll get my attention when it gets back $38.78. That could be a day or two, could be tomorrow, who knows, right? USAR, yeah. Right, rare earth materials, right? So if we're going to check that, we might as well check UUUU and MP materials, okay? All right, so look at this, man. It just really did this big nosedive, all right? This is like untouchable right now. It would have to get above like $22 a share. So let's just take a look at UUUU. It's a competitor, right? Energy Fuels, right? No, same thing. Boom, way down. How about, I think MP Material is doing better, right? This is the company that the government bought a stake in. They bought 15% of the company for $400 million, right? No better. Look at it. All right. Okay. It sucks. All right. They're all sucking right now. Sorry. You know, they need to. I'll put MP. You know, need to get back here. Yeah, they had a nice article in 60 Minutes last month about MP Materials, right? Okay. All right, ONC. Yeah, what's up with ONC? Okay. So they dipped. They moved up today 1.75%. All right, or 1.3%. They're still below their moving average, but they are starting to move in the right direction here. So, I mean, this doesn't look bad, all right? I mean, it's an expensive stock, you know, $296. I think I would probably wait until it got here, you know, which is a little over what, 389, and then watch it run up to a previous high of 322. But I would probably wait, right? See what happens with it. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do a few more here. We did Oscar already. MRAM. We did MRAM. Okay. We have V. All right. Visa. All right. And then we'll wrap it up. That'll be good for today. All right. All right. V for Visa. All right. Okay. All right. V. Hey, this looks good. All right. They had earnings, they jumped up to 341, then they faded down to 317, and now they've been moving in the right direction. And they had a nice up day yesterday. They faded today, but only by a little bit, by like, 0.8%. Well, let's take a look at the big picture. Let's zoom out here. 180 days. Yeah, there's definitely room to run, certainly back up to like 358. And this would have been the time to get back in, here at like 293. But they had earnings, they fell off, and now they're working their way back up. This doesn't look bad at all. Okay, this doesn't look bad. All right. Okay. Hey, let's wrap it up for today. It's been an hour and a half. All right. Thanks everyone for joining, and tomorrow is Wednesday. NVIDIA earnings. Let's see what happens. Big day. All right. Okay. Great. Thanks everyone. Have a great evening.